Hey, y'all doing today? Welcome back to another Appalachian story. My name is Merle. So either I'm just really old, I have no idea what the hell's going on, or I'm just behind in the times. Let me tell y'all what happened. So I called my kid's mom and I'm like, hey, I want to stop by and say hi to Merle Cat real quick. I'm kind of in the neighborhood. You know what I mean? I just want to pop in real quick and just say hello. She's like, yeah, that's no problem. I said, well, what's she doing? I said, is she busy? Or she's like, no, she's just hanging out in the room with Alexa. I'm like, well, I don't want to bother her if she's hanging out with him. She's like, no, it's fine. Come on by. I decided to swing on in there, said hi to her, and and then I crept up the hallway, and I hear my daughter giggling. I only hear her laughing though. I'm like, what in the hell is she doing? So I'm like, maybe the Alexa girl's shy or something. So I sat by the door and listened for a minute. And she's like, hey, Alexa, do this and that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what? What the hell is she talking about? And she's like, hey, Alexa, play this. And the next thing you know, the radio starts playing. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, maybe they're playing songs or something. So I gently knocked on the door. I didn't want to give her, freak her out too much. I'm like, Merle Cat, hey. And she's like, Daddy, you're here. I said, yeah. I said, she comes to the door. And she's like, hey, what are you doing here? I'm like, well, I said I was in the neighborhood. I just want to stop by real quick. I said, what y'all doing in here? She's like, nothing. I'm just playing with Alexa. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I didn't see nobody in there. So I'm like, what the fuck? My daughter's either losing her shit or she got an imaginary friend. One of the two. I ain't gonna knock it. I didn't want to say nothing because I had a couple of imaginary friends when I was a kid. I'm like, oh, okay, y'all listening to music? And she was like, yeah. She's like, just... Alexa's playing whatever I want her to play. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right. I said, well, I got to go real quick, honey. I said, I just want to give you a kiss. And I gave her a peck on the cheek, and she gave me a big old hug. And then I went out, to the living room. And I talked to my kid's mom. I said, what in the fuck is going on in there? Like, what? I said, who is this fucking Alexa person? I said, there ain't nobody even in there. What the fuck is wrong with her? She's like, stop, don't make fun. I said, I'm not. But I said, who the fuck is Alexa? There ain't even no one in there with her. She's like, Merle. I said, what? And I said, is that like her imaginary friend or something? She was like, no. I said, well, who the fuck is Alexa? She's like, Merle, you really don't know what Alexa is? I said, no. I said, I knew Alexa when I was a kid, but her name was Lexi or something like that. But I said, this ain't really healthy. She don't need to be calling somebody and talking to them if they ain't there. She's like, Merle, and she starts laughing at me. I said, what the fuck are you laughing at? Like, come here, come with me. So I followed her back to Merle Cat's room. We knock on the door. Well, she knocked on the door. She's like, Merle Cat, open up the door. So my daughter comes back to the door. And she's like, Daddy, I thought you left. I said, well, I was going to leave, but I said, I wanted to meet your friend. She's like, what friend? I said, Alexa. Her and my kid's mother both start dying laughing. I said, what the fuck are you two laughing at? I said, this ain't no laughing matter. I said, it's one thing to have an imaginary friend, but tell them to play music and all that shit, that's just fucking weird. My daughter's like, Daddy, come in here. I'm like, no. I'm like, I said, Merle Cat, what is going on? She's like, this is Alexa. I said, what the hell is that? She's like, it's an Alexa. She's like, you talking to it. I said, what the fuck? I said, I ain't never heard of that. What the hell is that thing? She's like, you tell it. She's like, try it. And I said, well, what do you say? She's like, say, hey, Alexa, play this and that. And I said, hey, Alexa, play Charlie Daniels. And it fucking, it started playing. I'm like, no shit. I ain't never heard of this nonsense. What the fuck? Man, listen, either, like I said, I'm either getting real old or I just don't know what the fuck is going on anymore. Either way, it made me feel stupid as fuck that my 10-year-old knows more than I do. Man, what the fuck is going on around here?